Let's look at exponent laws with fractional exponents. So looking at the first question, multiplication rule, when we have exponents of the same base and we're multiplying, we add the exponent. So in this case, we would have to do 3/4 plus 2/3. Find a common denominator, which would be 12. It would be 9 plus 8 over 12, which is 17 over 12. So our new product would be x to the 17 over 12. All right, let's look at division now. When we are dividing exponents of the same base, we subtract the exponent. So again, we would be doing 3/4 minus a half, which would be minus 2/4, and that would be 1/4. So the answer to x to the 3/4 divided by x to the 1/2 is x to the 1/4. 3/4. All right, let's look at the distribution of exponents. In this case, we have a mix of integral exponents, meaning numbers, and fractional exponents. So as we discussed earlier in our exponents laws, what we'll do is multiply each of these exponents together. So in this case, we're going to have to do 3 side calculations. 2 times 2/5 for x, which is 4/5. So that will be the exponent on x. Y will be 2/3 times 2/5. Nothing cancels. So that's going to be 4/15 for y. And z will be 1/2 times 2/5, which will be 2/10 or 1/5. So the answer will be x to the 4/5, y to the 4/15, and z to the 1/5. All right, let's look at when everything is a fraction. We have a fraction with fractional exponents, and it's raised to a fractional exponent again. So if you remember correctly, the rule for this is we multiply the exponents. So in this case, we're going to do 1/2 times 2/3. Remember, these equal 1. So the top fraction will be 1/3. We have 3/4 times 2/3, and again, those cancel, so we get 1/2. So the numerator in this case will be x to the 1/3 divided by x to the 1/2. All right, let's look at when the exponent is 0. As we know, using patterns, anything raised to the exponent of 0. So when our anything is a whole base raised to a fractional exponent, it's still equal to 1. When the exponent is 1, we know the answer is the base, so this will be equal to x to the 3/4. Last but not least is working with fractional exponents when they're negative. And if we remember, negative exponents make fractions, not negative numbers. So x to the minus 3/4 will be 1 over x to the 3/4. If it's negative in the denominator, we know we can move it up and make it positive in the numerator. So this is x to the 2/3. And in the third example, we have negatives on top and bottom, so we can switch those around and have x to the 3/4. And if we were continuing on with this question, we could do 2/3 minus 3/4 and complete the question for the division of rules.